It is one of the most rugged landscapes in the world. A mountainous region dividing Europe and Asia. And one of the most important transit points on the Silk Road. For 6 months, we've traveled those old caravan trails. From China to Central Asia to the Gulf. And now, my journey continues in the Caucasus. We're hitting the road, driving from Yerevan to Tbilisi, discovering new innovations in handheld technology, plus rich traditions in winemaking and carpet weaving. Join me on a journey from Armenia to Georgia as we travel down the Silk Road, past, present, future. It's one of the oldest cities in the world, an ancient crossroads nearly 3,000 years old in the South Caucasus, and today home to more than 1 million people. Welcome to Armenia's capital. We've just arrived in Yerevan. It's unusually cold and rainy for this time of the year, but certainly adding to the atmosphere. Much of Yerevan's architecture still reflects the city's Soviet past. There's the cascade, tall stairs leading the Yerevan's monument district, the Opera House, and of course, downtown. This is Republic Square. Even on a rainy day like this one, it's bustling. It's really the center of the city. That over there is the National Gallery of Arts. It's just one of many, dozens of monuments dedicated to the arts and culture in this country. The Romans, Persians, and Russians all saw Yerevan and this region as vital to their empires. Centuries ago, Armenia was an important stop on the old Silk Road. It was a transit hub, somewhat of a halfway point for traders going between China and Rome. A place to rest or shop, to stock up on locally produced goods like agriculture, dried fruit, or more recently, perhaps some Armenian brandy. These days, though, the country is making a name for itself because of another major export: cutting-edge technology. You've probably heard of the iPad. But what about the ARM-Tab? This is Armenia's own tablet computer, designed and assembled by engineers right here in Yerevan. The man making them is Vahan Chikarian. He's Armenian, but spent over 2 decades living in California. Chikarian isn't trying to compete with big brands. He wants to make cheaper, customized solutions for the local market.
Our clients can come and say, hey, I am ready to spend $120 and I need 500 tablets with this specific software, with these specific abilities. Can you build it for us? We built for it.
And he's not the only one. Across Yerevan, the IT sector is booming. From computers to robotics. Many startups are run by young, educated Armenians inspired by the country's high-tech past.
Armenia was there at the heart of the innovation and the research and development, even starting from the Soviet Union time. And probably I would say it was kind of Silicon Valley of the Soviet Union time.
Today, the country's latest innovations are increasingly exported through a new virtual Silk Road. Early this year, these 4 young Armenians developed a game for Apple's mobile operating system. The app Shadowmatic tests users' ability to match shadows to shapes. It was their first game, but already it's a hit. It has over 4 million downloads so far. It was very surprising for us to see people paying so much attention to us. It was like we were a winning sports team and all of Armenia was cheering, he says. There are, of course, challenges for startups here, like anywhere. Limited cash flow, changing technology, and difficulties exporting, to name a few. But Shakarian doesn't see any risk in this industry.
More we have startups, it's going to bring more investment in Armenia, it's going to bring more happiness, and the young generation is not going to look how to escape from this country to find a job.
He's invested $3 million of his own money in the company and is hopeful his technology will soon be available around the world.